Mrs. Davidson, I believe I've got a problem.
A problem with alcohol?
Yes, and I'm afraid.
If it's your job you're afraid for, there's no need to be. The department knows nothing of recent events. Your service record is entirely without blemish and will remain so as long as there is no recurrence of your earlier behavior.
Thank you. But don't you see that if you insist on my leaving here, I may never be able to come back?
Vera, you can't stay here indefinitely.
I know, but I can't go back there, not now. I must do some work, Mrs. Davidson. I must do something.
All right. You may resume your duties.
Thank you. Thank you for standing by me.
Vera, what has happened to you?
Well, yesterday I met a woman, a derelict. I'd been drinking and so had she. Well, I don't know why, but I took her back to my flat. We talked. I even began to imagine she was my own mother. Well, finally I fell asleep. She left. And when she left, she took everything she could lay her hands on. Jewelry, money, anything.
Did you contact the police?
Yes.
Well, I'm sure they'll do their best.
Well, that doesn't matter. That's not the point.
Vera, I'm sorry. I just don't understand.
Well, at first I was angry. I was furious. And then I realized I shouldn't be angry. I should be grateful. Because that dirty, smelly old woman, well, I realized that could have been me. Unless I do something about myself and do it now.
I see. It's not going to be easy, Vera.
I know.
Out. Well, here comes the mailbag.
Stokes, Cavelli, Shepherd.
Oh, excellent. And what are you aiming at?
The heart. People can be a burden at any age. They don't need to be old. They can talk themselves into being an invalid because they're too afraid to stand on their own 2 feet. They like to cling, to live off your sympathy so you don't have a life of your own anymore. So full of self-pity that they make everyone feel guilty about even being happy.
You're talking about your mum, aren't you, Miss Bennett?
And you, if you're not careful. You see, she didn't know when to let go either. Oh, by the way, just because we've had this little chat, don't think for 1 minute that you can take advantage of me. I'm not going to put up with your poor old woman routine. You'll be treated like the rest of the women.
Miss Bennett, when have I ever tried to con you?
Where's the best shopping centre near here? I've got to get a few bits and pieces.
Well, I'll be going down tomorrow at lunchtime. Well, you can come with me if you like.
Oh, it's a date. What do you think of this one?
Well, I like that one too.
That's between the tan one and this. Which do you think?
I think this one.
Done. You're the expert. I wasn't even thinking of looking for clothes. Glad you came along. I can never decide. That one, thanks. Through that bag of tomatoes and slapped that bad one right back into his hand. I thought he was going to have a fit. It squashed right through his fingers.
Well, he won't be able to sell that one again.
You right?
Yes, thank you. I had a lovely time. Thank you for taking me.
My pleasure. It was fun.
Well, by way of thanks, how about coming over and having dinner tonight?
Yes, that'd be great. I'd better ring home and tell Sue not to bother cooking anything for me. She does night classes tonight, so it'll save her having to rush. Do you want these in the staff room?
Oh, thanks. David, I've just remembered I can't make it tonight. Well, I completely forgot. I promised a friend of mine I'd call round and see her. She's been sick.
Well, that's a pity. I was looking forward to it. Let's make it some other night, then. Is there anything wrong?
I just feel a little stupid while asking you round and forgetting I had an appointment.
Oh, not to worry. We'll catch up with it soon, won't we?
Yes, of course.
Thanks again for coming shopping.
Mr. Andrews looks as though he's been to a sale.
I hope you don't mind, Mrs. Davidson. I changed the rosters. I put myself down for maternity next week.
Oh, as an inmate or on duty? But why? You always referred to it as the Siberia of Wentworth.
I just feel like a change.
I've never known you to volunteer for that shift before. Is anything wrong?
Oh, no. No, excuse me. I'm due back on duty. This is ridiculous.
Someone got here fast.
Well, look who's here, Phil.
Is it Miss Bennett?
I don't stop on account of us, Miss Bennett.
Yeah, we're all girls together.
Oh, we shouldn't bother her, girls, because I think Miss Bennett's a bit shy.
That's enough of that, Burns.
No, it's not, Miss Bennett, because I think you still got soap in your ears.
What do you think you're doing?
Why, nothing, Miss Bennett. Just thinking how homey it is to see you looking like one of us.
There was no need to put your DG on. You haven't got anything that we haven't all seen before.
Or better.
You talk about being gullible. It's just as bad to think that orthodox medicine is the be-all and end-all. Everybody knows that whatever the doctor gave Meg did nothing at all. And meanwhile, we're stuck in here in intolerable conditions.
And your mood isn't helping matters either.
Oh, excuse me, I'm on duty.
There she goes. My favourite breakfast companion. Guaranteed to brighten any day.
First thing you do is never let an inmate get the upper hand. I've already told you that. If you let them see that you're afraid or weak, you might as well forget being an officer here and now.
But it's only my first day.
I was younger than you when I first started, but I managed to put these women in their place, and on my first day. You've got to be hard on them, and you've got to mean it.
Yes, Miss Bennett.
I have my ways of knowing what's going on, Smith. For instance, I had a very interesting chat with Debbie Pierce this afternoon. I was under the impression she looked up to you. Strange how attitudes change, wouldn't you say? But there again, it's one thing to admire toughness in here, but another to think that her father might be getting involved. You're not even good enough for an ex-crim in her eyes.
I think I'll wait in the laundry with her some fresh air.
She's going to make sure he doesn't visit you again. And she's got a week to do it.
Was that necessary, Vera?
I beg your pardon?
You know what I'm talking about. Now, no matter what you think of me, how dare you be so callous?
She wouldn't tell me why she wanted to see the governor.
And you say malicious things like that to her? Who do you think you are?
Since when has a parole officer been allowed to wander around the prison on her own?
You can check that with Mrs. Davidson.
It still doesn't give you the right to tell an officer how to do her job.
All right, Vera. But if you don't take Smith to see the governor, I intend to tell her that you've been deliberately baiting a prisoner.
Custody is always first in order of importance. Always imply that you expect the correct attitude. Be constantly on the lookout for contraband, especially weapons of any kind. Never show the slightest uncertainty as to the course of action you take. Never fraternize with an inmate or group.
I'm impressed. What do you do for an encore? Recite the entire volume of the Corrective Services Act? Yeah, well, it's a bit difficult using discretion with bald rules like this.
I suppose that's Mrs. Davidson's advice. She's got no idea what we've got to deal with, sitting in that office of hers all day. Those rules are there for a reason, and it's our job to carry them out, to the letter. Well, there's nothing in there that isn't for our own protection. I thought you would have known that, being so involved with the union.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Well, I'd say that we're going to get along very well, Colleen.
Ah, Vera. I'd like you to meet the newest member of our family.
Oh, you must be Harrison.
And you're,
Bennett, Vera Bennett.
Vera?
Let's get one thing straight, Mr. Harrison. We may hold the same rank here, but that doesn't give you the right to take liberties. So I'll thank you to address me as Miss Bennett.
Miss Bennett. Miss Bennett, I'd like your opinion about something. This is pretty hard for me to say, but I think you might be able to help me.
Well, yes, if I can.
Good. Miss Bennett, would you say that I'm objectionable?
What?
No, really, give it to me straight. What do you think?
Well, of course not. Don't be ridiculous.
Good. I'm off duty in an hour. I'll pick up at your place. We'll go and have some dinner somewhere nice, and I won't take no for an answer.
If you're that desperate for the company, you can always ask your friend Jim Fletcher.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Miss Bennett. I mean, honestly. Could you enjoy yourself looking at his mug over the table all night? If you're me, I mean. Oh, I don't know. Don't know how to make a woman like you understand what it's like to be, well, rejected, lonely. A man's supposed to be forceful, assertive.
You seem to be doing all right, Mr. Harrison.
Ah, well, it's all a front, isn't it? I mean, underneath, I'm shy, reticent, unsure of myself. I don't know, I just don't seem to be able to relate to women somehow. I can't find a woman who'll just take me as I am. I mean, you know what it's like. Most of the time, they're all after the one thing.
What else do you think about me?
Well, let's see, you're good at your job? Oh, yes, very good at your job. You're a private sort of a person who doesn't let people get too close to you, unless you get to know them properly. Am I right?
Well, this is a bit of luck. I thought I was going to have to drink by myself. You mind if I join you?
No, please do.
Will you excuse me for a minute?
Yes.
Well, seeing you two together was worth losing the bet.
What?
I thought you'd be asleep by now.
What'd you have in mind?
Well, I think we deserve a break from this place, you and I, don't you? Tonight, dinner? What do you say?
Well,
what are you doing there, Lizzie?
Oh, sorry, Mr. Harrison. I got him up this floor.
Yeah, well, do it later. Can't you see the room's occupied?
I got him up at now.
Do it
otherwise I get in
later, Lizzie.
trouble. Yes, later. Oh, sorry.
Well, we can't get away from them, can we?
You still haven't. Just a minute. What are you hanging about for, Birdsworth? Go and do the kitchens.
Yes, Miss Bennett.
Well, Miss Bennett, you'll have to give me a refresher course. I seem to have forgotten that walls have ears.
That's why I've always kept my private life outside the prison. The women would love to exploit any relationship between the staff.
Well, you're not going to let them stop you having a good time when you're off duty, are you?
No, of course not. I'm just saying that it's wise not to give them an opportunity to entertain themselves at our expense.
Oh, come on, they can't be that bad.
They're not very intelligent, but they're cunning. You can't trust any of them. Take Birdsworth. She'll go blabbing about anything she's seen or heard. And in no time, the women will have concocted some incredible story about us.
Well, if they're going to have a good time, why shouldn't we? Oh, come on. Can't you forget you're a prison officer for one night and have a good time?
It's just not wise. If they found out about it, we'd have no control over them.
Well, who's going to tell them? I'm not. Are you?
No, no.
Well, there you are, then. I think you're very pretty. Especially when you smile like that. You don't do that at work.
I don't have much cause. Anyway, I thought we decided not to talk about work.
Sorry. Well, it's just that you're so different away from the place. Anyway, you were talking about my girlfriends. What about you? bet there are dozens of blokes beating a path to your door.
Oh, hundreds. It's a wonder you didn't see them when you came to pick me up.
No special man?
Oh, there have been opportunities. But like you, it interferes with my work, and my work must come first.
Anybody who takes that as an answer doesn't deserve you.
Well, I really must be going home.
I can't remember when I enjoyed myself more. Mind you, you took your time in deciding to go out with me.
I wish now I'd agreed earlier.
Well, you're playing hard to get.
Oh, no. I just thought it was a game to you. A challenge to break me down.
Well, I may have been just flirting at first, but... well, now it's different. It's a whole lot different. Well, good night.
It's a bit cold out here. Why don't you come in for a cup of coffee? Warm yourself up for the trip home.
Well, another time I'd love to, but, well, not tonight. All right? Good night.
This new officer, Terry, is he giving you a hard time?
Well, no, not really. He's very nice. That's the trouble.
Oh, I see.
Well, it's nothing serious yet. I've been out with him a couple of times. Well, it's so confusing. He's paying me so much attention.
Well, what's wrong with that? I thought you'd be pleased.
Well, I am, but it's all so fast. Why me? He's really a very attractive man.
Now, why not you?
I'm just frightened, Meg. You know, my private life has ended up in the past.
Look, Vera, last night I wanted to stay, but I couldn't. It wouldn't have seemed right.
Are you trying to tell me that you're married?
Married? No, I'm not married.
Well, then I don't see why you should have anything on your conscience.
I didn't want you to think that I was just after a one-night stand. You mean more to me than that.
I see. I didn't want you to leave so soon. And when you did, I must admit I was hurt.
I'm sorry.
Well, that's all right now. I understand.
All right, you women, what are you looking at? Come on, get back to work. Hi.
Oh, Terry, why didn't you ring me?
What's the matter? You look fine.
Oh, I can just imagine.
Oh, sorry. Look, if it's inconvenient, I'll
No, come in.
You sure now?
Of course.
Well, I thought we'd just have a nice, quiet night in front of television. Oh, sorry, these are for you.
Oh, thank you.
Anything to drink?
Yes, help yourself.
Oh, good.
Sit down.
Oh, fine. Vera, look, I was wondering.
What about?
Well, you know the flat I'm in, the one I'm looking after for friends?
Yes.
Well, they've come home sooner than expected.
Oh, what a shame.
It's very annoying.
Well, what are you going to do?
Well, that's what I was wondering. Look, do you think I can move in here? Only be for a couple of days until I can find another flat.
Of course.
Are you sure? I don't want to cause any problems.
Yes. You've practically been living here anyway.
Oh, thanks, love. I really appreciate that.
What's Mr. Harrison really like, Miss Bennett?
Don't be insolent.
No, it's just that I've been in and out of this dump for years, and it's the first time I've ever met a real, live, bent screw.
You better mind what you say, Gaffney.
It's true, Miss Bennett. He just took some bets for me. He's going to put them on at the TAB.
Making false accusations against an officer is a criminal offence.
Go ask Loverboy about Fancy Nancy and Paradise Lost in the Third at Kyneton, then.
Yeah, this is a mess, isn't it? Well, what are we going to do tonight? Eat out or stay at home? Please say stay at home. I don't think I'm up to going out. Vera?
There was a TAB ticket in your jacket. Margot Gaffney said you placed a bet for her. Is it true?
So that's what this is all about. Yeah, I placed a bet for Gaffney, so what?
Oh, Terry, that's trafficking. You know the rules.
Oh, come on, don't be so dramatic. It's no big deal. Anyway, there was a good reason for it.
There can't be any reason for trafficking.
Oh, no, wait just a minute. What about you? You're the one that makes deals with the prisoners that you have no intention of keeping.
That was different. I needed to prove that Smith was faking her amnesia.
And I want Gaffney on side, so if she's got any information, she'll give it to us. Now, I really don't see there's any difference.
It is different. It's wrong.
You think you should report this? Look, Vera, if we're going to make it, you're going to have to take me the way I am. I mean, it's my neck. I'm willing to take the risk. Now, you're going to have to make up your mind.
All right. But I still don't agree with you.
We can't agree on everything, otherwise we'll get bored with each other. Now, look, the rest of the night, let's just concentrate on something other than work. All right?
What's he doing on duty?
Why shouldn't he be?
What, didn't you report him for putting a bed on for me?
You don't think I believe that pack of lies, do you?
It's true. I swear he did place a bed for me.
That's enough, Gaffney. Now get moving.
Oh, I get it. Screws sticking together. And they call us crims. He's bent and you know it.
Shut up.
Aren't you going to put me on report, Miss Bennett? Are you afraid I might talk too much? What happened?
You were found unconscious in your cell. Who hit you?
God, what they use? A sledgehammer?
Who?
Oh, I don't know. Got hit from behind, remember?
You've got no idea who it could have been?
Yeah, I bloody have. It was your bloody boyfriend.
Watch it, Gaffney.
It was bloody Terry Harrison, I tell you. He was after the evidence.
What evidence? I'm warning you, Gaffney. If you're accusing an officer...
I ought to know you'd try and cover up for him. Do a good bloody snow job, won't you?
I've got no intention of covering up for any officer. Now, if you've got proof...
Oh, I've got proof, all right. Your boyfriend's a bent screw. He brought in a bottle of grog for me. You go and have a look in the cupboard. You'll find a bundle of paperbacks tied up with string. Open them up, and you'll find a bottle of scotch and a tape.
No, you must have concussion.
Go on, Vera. Go and have a look. I'd like to see your face when you hear what's on that tape.
Can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, I was just telling Miss Bennett just now. It was that mongrel Harrison. He tried to set me up. Brought in a bottle of grog for me.
I presume you can prove these accusations?
You betcha. Yeah. Got every little word on tape. Miss Bennett's going to get the cassette now.
There was nothing there, Gaffney.
What?
There was a bundle of paperbacks in her cupboard. The middle had been cut out for a hiding place, but it was empty.
Do you think her story is possible, Miss Bennett?
Of course I don't. Mr. Harrison is far too good an officer to do such a thing. Surely you don't believe her?
I'm interested in any explanation of the incident. It wouldn't be the first time a member of staff has broken the regulations.
Vera, did you find anything in Gaffney's cell?
What?
Well, the scotch, the tapes. Did she tell you where she hid it?
Well, then they do exist.
Yeah, look, I thought you might have found it and covering up for me.
No.
Bloody hell. Well, she hasn't got it. Who has?
Still, I suppose Terrible Terry's pretty much your style, I guess. I mean, after George Lucas.
Shut up.
Touched a sore point, didn't I? Don't worry, Vera, you can't help it if you're attracted to the criminal type.
Shut up, or I'll...
What'll you do? Throw me in the pound? I'll be no worse off there than I am here. The only way you're going to get rid of me is by organising that trip to Barnhurst.
It's not up to me, Gaffney. It's out of my hands.
All right. But you just wait till I get out of here. Your boyfriend's going to be out of Wentworth so fast he'll make Superman look like an old-age pensioner.
Then we'll have to make sure you never get out, won't we?
I'm in strife again.
What is it?
Oh, nothing much. You're right, I've been a bloody idiot. Smith has got those tapes, and she's going to use them if I don't do as she says.
You're not going to let her get away with that, are you? You're a match for Smith.
Vera, we're in trouble if she uses those tapes, and if I'm living with you and it comes out, well, you'll be hauled into it as well.
What are you saying?
I'm moving out.
Why?
Vera, if I'm going down, I'm not dragging you down with me.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, let's face it, love, I'm nothing but trouble to you. I mean, why give Smith a double satisfaction?
I don't care about Smith. I care about you. I don't want to lose you. I'm not going to give you up just for this. We'll fight it, both of us. Please, Terry.
Vera, I'm finished. She's got me. Who knows how many copies of that tape she's got, or who's got them?
I'm not going to let Smith ruin our relationship.
Vera, I know what your career means to you. I have to go.
Terry.
I'll see you later.
Vera, what's the matter?
Nothing.
Well, it doesn't sound like it. Come on, what's wrong?
I've just got something in my eye. The sore, that's all.
This wouldn't have anything to do with Terry, would it?
No, why should it?
Well, if the women see you like that, they'll just take advantage of you.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
So at least rest in here until you can cope. Okay?
Jim, I've got some urgent business. Do you suppose I could have the afternoon off, please?
Yes, of course. I think we can cover for you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Vera. Good luck, eh?
Thanks. Even if they sack you or drag your name through the mud, I'll stand by you, I promise.
I really mean that much to you?
Of course you do. Without you, there's nothing.
Yeah, well, you're not so bad yourself now I think of it. Mind you, I don't like to think about it.
Oh, Terry, please don't resign. Let's see if we can find a way.
Oh, I don't know. While Smith's got that tape, there's not much I can do about it. Besides, I promised Jim I'd have my resignation on the governor's desk tomorrow.
Let's try one more time. I hate the idea of Smith forcing you out.
Yeah, well, I'm not too rapt on it either.
Let's fight back.
What, and get you the sack? No, look, I'll think about it, all right? But you stay out of it.
On one condition.
Oh, what's that?
That you take the clothes out of the suitcase and stay.
Ah, blackmail. I can't win, can I? No matter which way I turn, I'm blackmailed.
It's not blackmail. I'm just doing it for your own good.
I suppose you know that Smith's got a copy of that tape.
Well, yes, I do know. How did you find out?
Terry told me.
Will you be telling the governor?
Oh, there's no need to. Mind you, I don't agree with what he did, but I don't see any point in making it public.
Yes, that's the way I feel, too.
In any case, he's resigning today, so I'm willing to forget the whole thing.
Well, I won't forget. It really makes me furious that one of those animals can force a good officer out of a job.
Agreed. But don't forget, he got himself into this.
Jim, he was cultivating informers. We've all done it, and we haven't had to resign, have we?
Vera, I know you've got a personal interest in this, but we can't afford to lose you, too. You realise that, don't you?
Yes, of course.
Now, you and I may not see eye to eye from time to time, but I happen to think that you're a very good officer.
Well, thank you. It's nice to be appreciated. Anyway, I don't have any plans at the moment. It all depends on what Terry decides to do.
Aha!
Oh, Terry, that's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play it first, but I think that's the dreaded duplicate. Well, there's one resignation I won't have to sign. Vera, you're a marvel.
Oh, Terry.
Marriage? What do you think of it? In theory, I mean.
I've always thought that if two people really cared about one another, then they should get married. It shows that they're serious and not just out for a good time.
I've always liked my freedom too much to think too much about permanency. To me, marriage always seemed a bit too permanent. I've never felt like this for someone before. Maybe you're just the person to change my mind.
You're a vicious little animal. Don't you lie to me. You did it on purpose.
I didn't. It's
I'm
not
going to
true.
make you
Look,
sorry you ever saw the
Lorraine.
inside of this. What are you women doing here?
Miss Bennett, it was an accident. It was all my fault.
Yeah, look, it was a bit of a mix-up, and she didn't mean it for you.
Where are you taking For a long stint in solitary, not that it's any of your business.
But it wasn't meant for you.
If only you'd
I'm
listen.
sick of your lies and I'm sick of your explanations. Now get back to the recreation room or you'll all be locked in your cells.
But you can't.
You heard me. Now get moving. Now come with me.
Miss Bennett, could you deliver a message for me, please?
I'm not your delivery boy, Hall. What do you want?
Well, could you tell Terry Harrison that I want to see him? It's important.
It's Mr. Harrison. And anything you want to say to him, you can tell me.
Well, I'm being threatened.
Funny how so many new prisoners seem to say that.
But it's true. I've had these notes left in my cell.
Show them to me.
Well, I haven't got them anymore. Oh, please, Miss Bennett. Look, you don't have to believe me. Just tell him that I want to see him.
Take your hand off that door or I'll put you in solitary.
Miss Bennett, please. He'll help me. I know he will.
And what makes you think that he's going to go out of his way for you?
Because he was my husband, that's why.
I just had a talk with Kathy Hall.
And?
Is it true?
Vera, if I thought it was important, I would have told you. It happened a long time ago. Well, don't look at me like that. I'm not an axe-murderer. Is she still claiming that I deserted her when she was having a child?
There was a child?
Oh, boy. Look, sit down, love. I'll tell you the whole sad story.
Yes, I think you'd better.
Well, it's not uncommon. You see, we were very young when we got married. And right from the start, she was cheating on me, although it took me a while to find out. You see, I was very naive. Well, she got pregnant. Although the child wasn't mine, I was willing to stick by her. I loved her. Well, soon after that, she got drunk. There was an accident. She miscarried. We divorced. That's it.
You should have told me about such an important part of your life.
Well, it was a long time ago. It doesn't matter.
It does. Can't you see the dangers? She's a prisoner. You're an officer.
So, she doesn't mean anything to me.
I believe you. But will anybody else?
Vera, nobody must find out about this. Look, if word gets out, she'll be transferred. Surely you see that.
Wouldn't that be better?
It wouldn't matter where she went. If they find out that she's been married to a screw, her life wouldn't be worth living. Look, if she stays here, I can keep an eye on her.
Yes. She said she's receiving threatening letters. In fact, she's asked to see you.
All the more reason to keep her here. I can see nothing happens to her. Look, Vera, you've got to promise me. You mustn't say a word about this. Vera, please.
Look, Vera, you and Terry, I was wondering...
Well, don't. Our private life is our own.
No, honestly, I wasn't prying. I was just wondering if you knew if he was trying to cultivate another informer.
Of course not. Got his fingers burnt last time.
With Margot Gaffney? Yeah, well, that's just it. He seems to be taking the same interest in Kathy. And Mrs. Davidson's noticed it, too.
Noticed what?
Well, the similarities between Hall's bashing and Gaffney's.
You mean Terry's under suspicion again?
Well, he could be, unless we can find Hall's attacker.
But that's ridiculous. He's got no arrangement with her.
Well, I hope you're right, but you must admit he does seem to be taking a great deal of interest in her.
Well, there's a reason for that.
What's that?
They used to be married. Terry, what have you got going with Kathy Hall?
What do you mean?
Well, just because you used to be married doesn't mean that you should give her special treatment.
I'm not.
Oh, come on. Even Jim Fletcher's noticed the way that you've been around her all the time.
I see, Jim Fletcher. Do I detect a glint of green in those pretty eyes?
I'm serious, Terry.
Vera, I'm not doing anything for Kathy that I wouldn't do for the other prisoners. It's our job to protect them. That's all I'm doing.
Is that why you spoke to Inspector Grace?
Who told you?
bill on the gate. You're not to be fooled by that man. He's a professional ratbag, out for information at all costs.
He just might be able to help her.
Oh, rubbish. I won't stand for it. You've got to drop any deal you might have made with him. Now, if you've still got some feelings left
Which
for
I haven't.
then drop it. Please, for me.
It means that much to you?
Yes, it does. I thought at my age I'd be stuck with a single life. But,
Troubles?
Well, no, it's not that. It's got to do with Hall.
His ex-wife?
He's changed since she appeared.
But they've been separated for ages, haven't they?
Yes, over 10 years. But I think she means more to him than he'll admit. And I don't want that, Meg. I'm not being unreasonable, am I?
No, I don't think you are. Oh, I'm sure everything will work itself out.
So do I. Look, what are you doing tonight?
Nothing, why?
Well, how about coming over to my place for dinner?
Oh, I'd love that. Oh, I'll be on my own because Bob's away.
Oh, that's fine. 7:30 be all right?
Yes, terrific.
Damn it, Vera, you're not making this any easier for me. We have to be alone tonight.
What are you talking about? Why?
Why? Because I was going to ask you to marry me, that's why. Well, will you?
Meg, we're going to be married. You're the first to know.
Vera, that's wonderful. Well, when did this happen?
Well, just now, this morning. I can't believe it. Me, married.
Well, it does happen to the best of us. But Vera, I mean, you are sure? I mean, you know enough about Terry. He's what you want.
Yes, we've been living together. I know all I need to know. I'm very sure. Hello?
Vera, it's Jim. Has Terry left yet?
Well, yes, he left ages ago. He should have been there by now.
Well, he hasn't arrived yet. I've been waiting for him to relieve me.
Well, I can't think. What could have happened to him? Maybe the car broke down.
Well, surely you would have gotten to a phone and given me a call.
Yes, you would have thought so. Jim, maybe he's had an accident.
Look, I'll check with the hospitals and the police and ring you back, okay?
Okay. Who is it? Who is it?
Vera.
Terry. There's no way you could recognize any of them?
No, I told you, none at all. They jumped me when I was getting into the car. Next thing I knew, I woke up in the gutter.
Terry, you've got to go straight to the police.
No, I'll be all right. I feel a lot better already. Look, as soon as you finish this, I'll get in touch with a detective friend of mine. I don't want the uniform blokes getting involved.
But why not? Oh, Terry, please explain it. What are you involved in?
I'm not involved in anything. Look, they probably just mistook me for someone else, that's all. It's no big deal.
No big deal. Terry, you were bashed. You could have been killed.
About the wedding.
What about it?
Well, I don't know about you, but I don't fancy a long engagement. How does 6 weeks sound?
6 weeks?
Too soon?
Well, no. Just 6 weeks. No, that'd be wonderful. As long as we can book a church and make all the arrangements in that time.
You wouldn't settle for a registry office, would you? No? No. No, you're right. Church. Let's do the whole thing, eh?
Oh, good. Well, let's see. I've got an uncle interstate.
Oh, yeah, I got hundreds of relatives, none of which I'm going to invite.
Yes?
Have you got a moment, Mrs. Davidson?
Yes, Miss Bennett. What can I do for you?
It's about the wedding.
Oh, yes. Very sad, isn't it?
I didn't mean Birdsworth's. I meant mine.
Pardon?
My wedding to Terry.
Your wedding? Oh, I didn't realize.
Well, everything's happened so fast. We'll be getting married in about 6 weeks' time.
Oh. Well, that's wonderful. My very best wishes.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Davidson.
6 weeks? Goodness. Oh, we'll have to do something about getting you some time off.
Well, that's why I came to see you now. I wanted to give you as much time as I could so that you could find a replacement.
Replacement? Well, for how long?
Permanently. I'm tendering my resignation. Terry. Oh,